Hi everybody, it's Az here from HeelvsBabyface with a second dose. Hopefully not one of those doses if you know, got an itch down below. Okay, so second dose of video today, and this one is most likely something nobody else is going to deal with. Because this is a little bit, when I say personal to me, there's a game from Square Enix. I'm a Square Enix guy. You know, I like my Final Fantasy, and I do like the company. Yeah, they've made mistakes. They've done dumb stuff like everyone else, but I do like the products. I do think they bring out some quality products. And there's a game coming out tomorrow here in the West called Left Alive. Now, Left Alive is a kind of spiritual successor to the Front Mission series, the mech games. And it has one big thing which has piqued my interest, which is, if I jump here, this lovely chappy here, Yoji Shinkawa. Now, Yoji Shinkawa, he does the mech designs for Metal Gear Solid. He's now over at Kojima Productions, and I've actually pre-ordered this. Wait! I only pre-order collector's editions. I don't pre-order regular editions. I pre-ordered the collector's edition because one of the features it has is an art book with art by Yuji Shinkawa. So I really wanted to get my hands on that. I really wanted to get my hands on the mech design as well, because it's his mech design. And so that's one of the reasons what really attracted me to the game. Then there was a little bit more. When I was watching the cutscenes, a few that they showed us, the story looked as if it had some body to it. It looked as if it had some weight to it. Now, I will fully confess that the gameplay footage never set me on fire. It looked okay, but I wasn't expecting this game to be, AAA, caliber. Well, no, because that would be really bad. But what we used to deem as AAA caliber, a Metal Gear Solid. I wasn't expecting this to be a Metal Gear Solid. I was kind of looking at this game as more of maybe a cross between Metal Gear and Siphon Filter. Siphon Filter, a franchise which I so miss. But so it was more of a nostalgia thing for me, really. And so I got a pre-order, and I don't know when it's going to be shipped. It hasn't been shipped yet. The game comes out tomorrow. Go figure. But it's been out in Japan for about a week now. And let's just say it's not gone down very well at all. It's currently got a score of approximately 1.5 stars out of 5, which would equate to 3 out of 10. Which ain't great. So my expectations of the game now have kind of dropped dramatically. I would have assumed, I would have guessed that it was probably going to hit the 6 to 7 out of 10. I wasn't expecting anything massively spectacular. As long as I was engaged by the story, I probably would have been okay. If the gameplay was tolerable, the story might have seen me through. But there we go. Now, something really bizarre had happened, and I mentioned at the beginning of the video that Square Enix, they're not without fault. They've made plenty of mistakes in the past. And when this game came out in Japan, you could stream it from your PlayStation 4, because that's what it's coming out on. You could stream it from the PlayStation 4 using the PS4, of course. And what would happen is, when it came to a cutscene, it would be vetoed. You wouldn't be able to see the cutscenes. Fair enough, okay? They want to protect the story. But if you just have to think back to Persona 5, when they tried to do that, they would only allow streamers to stream the game up to so far, and then you weren't allowed to go any further, and it caused a huge backlash by streamers. And so what happens? They didn't stream Persona 5. And for all intents and purposes, that's actually meant to be a pretty damn good game. I bought it to stream, and then I couldn't stream it, and I've not touched it again. It will be a game that I come back to in time, but for now it's kind of like sitting on the shelf and just rotting. But yeah, they made the decision that you could stream the gameplay, but you couldn't stream the story cutscenes. Okay, not a decision I would make, but there you go. However, when the reviews started to come out, they made a really, really poor decision. I won't say anything. Let me show you. Boosh. What is that as? I do not speak Japanese. That is a notice in Japanese, which translates to this. Come on, that's meant to be Left Alive. Come on, Left Alive. It seems that streaming to YouTube has been banned somewhat. Is it because there were so many negative videos? I wanted to show you how to keep trying, but regrettable. Now, this is direct translation, so this is why I've made some amendments to what this is. They have actually made, Square Enix have actually made the decision to ban streaming of the game completely. So you can't stream the game at all from your PS4 through to YouTube. Now, how that's going to affect us here in the West, I do not know. I think they're trying to protect the Western releases best possible. I think they're trying to cover up as much negative press about the game before it does release tomorrow in an effort to still try and garner those sales. And maybe then they'll allow streaming to commence. Or maybe they'll impose a streaming ban here in the West as well. Which would be interesting. Because sure, you can stream directly from your PlayStation through to YouTube, through to Twitch. Or, of course, you can use things which I use, which are capture cards. So you're not using the direct streaming function, you're using the capture card to do the streaming, so you can bypass the streaming element of that. So what would happen if you used the capture card, streamed it, and then you could potentially leave yourself up for penalty? Excuse me. So that's not a good thing to do. Now, what's even worse for them, and if I jump to above here now, what's worse for them, oh, hi, is just anime girls everywhere. Kawaii! It's now 44% off at the Japanese Amazon after less than a week. Now, we've seen some serious drops in price in recent time. Battlefield 5 came out at 50 quid and immediately went on Black Friday sale down to 35. Hasn't really recovered from that here in the UK. I'm talking pounds, British pounds sterling here. And then Fallout 76, that tumbled. That just absolutely tumbled, cascaded, out of control. You can currently pick up, after 3 months, you can currently pick up Fallout 76 here in the UK. Brand new from Amazon, maybe other establishments, for about £17, £18. And remember, they're trying to get their cut. But less than a week of release, and Left Alive has been dropped by 44%. Anthem is another example. Here in the UK, again, Anthem released at £50, £49.99. And Amazon, because it deals with different distributors, it got dropped down to £35 after 24 hours, after 2 or 3 days, actually. 2 or 3 days, 48 hours-ish. It went down to £35, plus they were also sending out, which I got myself, Amazon was sending out £5 off Anthem vouchers, which were usable up until the 1st of March. So you had a few days to use that, a week to use that. So you could have picked up a copy of Anthem here in the UK, PS4, Xbone, for 30 quid. Which would have been roughly the same here. So this is like catastrophic news. But all this does And I don't know how many times we have to say this now. All this does is now cast a spotlight on your game. And so people like me will go out there and report what's going on, and you've just welcome to the Streisand effect again. So in an effort to try and cover things up, in an effort to try and damage control your product, banning streaming, trying to keep this quiet, that it's half price, almost half price in less than a week. We're now reporting it before it's come out here in the West. And if they had done nothing, if they'd just allowed streaming to continue, articles like this wouldn't have been written. They wouldn't have got some coverage over here now. And so people who are thinking about buying Left Alive in the West have now got to, I think, have a serious think. Because, number one, if you're still interested, wait. And probably don't wait very long at all, because you could be getting it at 50% off within a couple of weeks. Or if you were like, oh, well, I actually thought this might be half decent. No, I'm gonna pass now. And then there's the wholesale lost completely. So it's a really poor decision when you do things like this. It only creates the Streisand effect. Why, oh why do they do this? So just something a little bit offbeat to end Monday with. But I hope you enjoyed the vid. If you did, do get a thumbs up and also subscribe to the channel. Follow me on social media and Twitch for live streaming. Don't know why on earth I did that. Links in the description box down below. And I'll be back with some more stuff very soon. Before I say goodbye, I just want to really quickly say R.I.P. Luke Perry. Bit of childhood died today, which is a shame. And all my best to your family. You take care. Bye for now.